Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am NIK NIKAM, and we are talking about the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Let's explore some of these flight training programs and see how far we can make progress. I am using Logitech Extreme 3D Pro joystick. So let me begin with the various controls used in Logitech Extreme 3D Pro joystick, so that we understand when I'm going through the different steps, you know exactly what buttons I am pressing. And as you can see, this is trigger is number 1. This is the trigger. All right, you can see that one. Then we have number 2, where the thumb rests. This is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. Then we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then of course we have the left side movement, we have the right side movement, we have the full back, we have the back, and in the back we have the throttle. All right, so let's get back to the Microsoft program here. All right, so let us, I finished the first lesson, basic camera controls and all. Let's look into this attitudes and instruments. Let's give it a chance and see what happens. All right, 7 minutes flight. Let's start here. Well, we have airspeed indicator, attitude indicator. This is attitude indicator. Number 3 is the altimeter. Number 4 is the turn and slip indicator. Number 5 is heading indicator. This is the degrees represented. Here is the west, east, south and north. Number 6 is the variometer. Then 7 is the tachometer. Where's number 7? Oh, this is the tachometer. That's the RPMs, number of rotations. All right. Here we have the mixer. Here we have the throttle. Then here we have the wing flaps, 0, 10, 15, 30, whatever it is. All right, and here's the yoke. So let us, while it's still loading, so that's fine. And here we have the parking brake. Okay, so it's going to be flying at an altitude of 6,100 feet at it doesn't say what the speed is. Anyway, so let's begin this. Let's go. Wish me good luck.
Today we're talking about attitudes of flight.
Okay, and we're going to get instructions as to what to do. Let's see if we can
if
go
you
through
look
those
outside,
instructions
you can see the cockpit
successfully.
is just about 4 inches below the horizon line. We're flying straight with a decent rate
I'm
of
sorry,
speed.
I had to wear the headphone.
This is the cruise attitude. Let's see how it reads on your instruments.
Because I have turned down the volume on my recording system. Okay, let's see. Focus on the instrument press, control 1. So control 1 is here.
Take a look at the attitude indicator.
Take a
As
look
the
at
name
the
implies,
attitude
it
indicator.
shows your current attitude. The
This is
white
the
line is the horizon, with the sky above and the ground below.
All right.
That orange element in the middle, aligned with the horizon, that's your plane.
Thank you.
Just like we saw outside, our
Yes.
current attitude reads pretty much straight and level.
Agreed.
Okay, now let's see how much power the engine's generating. Check your tachometer.
Tachometer.
Looks like we're pushing around 2,300 revolutions per minute.
Yes, 2,300
Combined,
revolutions.
attitude and engine RPMs translate to aircraft performance,
Attitude and RPMs. Okay, sounds good.
which leads us to your airspeed indicator. Now,
Airspeed
last but not
indicator
least,
is
check your altimeter. To figure out your altitude, you always want to read the small needle first. That's how many thousands of feet up you are. Then on to
Okay.
the big needle for the hundreds.
so we are 6,000 feet above the ground.
With our current attitude and power output, we're holding a speed of 90 knots
Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
a
the
stable
speed,
altitude
90.
of 6,000 feet.
Okay, here's 6,000 and this is 90 knots. Agree?
But that's about to change. Take
Oh.
the stick when you're ready.
Yes, stick ready. joystick button 2. Button 2. Press.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches.
Pulling the back.
Make sure
the
you
yoke.
don't pitch up too much, or the
I'm
angle
going
will
slowly.
be too steep to create lift. And without enough lift, we'll
Okay.
stall. Alright, go full throttle and start climbing.
Go full throttle. Full throttle. In the back, I pushed it and climbing.
Welcome to the climb attitude.
I'm climbing.
See how it shows up on your attitude indicator and tachometer?
Yes, I can see.
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude,
Yes.
but we're losing airspeed even at full throttle,
Yes.
proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb.
Agree?
Okay, before we go on, let's get back to a cruise attitude. Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2300 RPMs.
Okay, we finish.
Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2300 RPMs.
I'm trying. Where's my engine? 2300.
Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2300 RPMs.
There.
Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2300 RPMs.
Done. Done. I'm pressing the end key to get inside. All right. See the horizon, so I had to
Ease up
concentrate.
on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2300 RPMs.
I have done it.
Nice job. We're now set up with the same attitude and power we had at the top of our lesson.
Okay, thank you.
Next up is the descent attitude.
Okay.
Start by reducing your RPMs to 1800.
RPM to
Then drop
1800.
the plane's nose a bit further below the horizon.
I'm moving the throttle, reducing the RPMs. It
As
is-
expected, with a nose down
Okay, that's
attitude,
1800.
our altitude is decreasing while
Yes.
our speed is picking up. Why don't you get us back to a cruise attitude and we'll hit the last part of our lesson.
Done. Well, I'm getting the hang of it. looks like I turned green.
There we go.
Okay.
Now that we know how to cruise, climb, and descend, let's talk about the turn attitude.
Okay.
Gently pull the yoke left or right to start rolling the plane.
Left.
If you take a look outside, you can see
I
how
did
our
the left.
attitude's changed. But you can also check your instruments for the details.
Left. Done.
As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Right.
At the top of your attitude indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each. Use them to control your roll.
Okay, let's get inside. Attitude.
Notice the more you turn, the more you need to pull back on the yoke to maintain altitude. When you're rolling out, you'll need to do the opposite.
Oh, okay.
Roll and push at the same time.
I see.
The more you know about the main attitudes of flight, the closer you get to that pilot state of mind. So keep practicing. And whenever you're done, pass me the controls.
Thank you.
Thanks. I've got control now. Well done.
Thank you. Oh, I passed the test. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So that's how, ladies and gentlemen, you have to use the yoke and do very, very gentle movements and follow the instructions. And as long as each instruction turns green, that means you are doing exactly what the co-pilot is saying, and you go to the next step. Otherwise, you won't be able to make any progress. Oh, that's the second lesson I passed. Oh gosh, I feel so happy. I just got this joystick this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching this presentation, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.